concerned parties.
Are you implying that our management of letting people know that we do not condone it is
Yes,
poor,
probably we haven't done enough to convince them.
Have we done anything?
I wouldn't say we haven't done anything. We've done some things. I'll tell you something. Something happened a while ago, Baga. Baga was quite gruesome. Yes, the soldiers crossed the line. And I remember the president was quite concerned. A lot of directives were given. People who were arrested, wives, children, were released. Once we cannot draw any line linking you to the immediate problem on the ground, then you go. And those commanders who were actually behind Baga were called and debriefed, so that going forward, we don't want to see this kind of thing. We cannot undo what had already happened, but we can put safety nets in place to ensure that we don't see another Baga.
There's a twist to the U.S. involvement in the story.
Okay.
You know, also Ambassador Entwistle, you know, because some people are accusing the American government of not supporting Nigeria with the equipment and arms and all of that. And excuse me, some people are also saying that, you know, the same American government supported the then IS when they were fighting Syrian government.
Yep.
You know, so then how do you draw the line between, you know, human, and of course we all know the magnitude of human rights violation in Syria, and yet the government went ahead to support, at the time, IS against the Syrian government.
Yes.
My point is this: what do you make of what, you know, Ambassador Entwistle said about American government support for Nigeria, but that in this case, certain things has to be in place?
Yes, you see, when it comes to America and her policies, I want to draw your attention to something about the peculiar nature of American international relations. There is no permanent friend, there is no permanent enemy, only permanent interest. The American people, or rather the American government, will actually go where its interests are. Now, if you were asking the American government from this end for equipments, if there is no, do I call it, benefit or cost justification balance to it, they could pull out any of so many policies and put it there formally to hold you off for a while. I'll give you a very, I won't call it a mild example, it's also a serious one. We wanted vaccines from Ebola, isn't it? We wanted vaccines from Ebola, and the American president said it's not yet time. We won't be giving you any yet. And suddenly we are hearing people asking us from that quarters now that Ebola has hit the United States. How did Nigeria do it? So why the sudden U-turn? Permanent interest.
Okay.
So in this case, all right, in this case, would you say that we have the support of the American government?
I wouldn't say we have the support of the American government. What I would say is we should seek the cooperation of the American government. If after hearing permanent interest, you go looking for support, then you are going to be disappointed. Support, more like cooperation, not support. They will support you, but then if you look at support, the day they turn their backs on you, you feel they're not supporting. But what if we seek cooperation? And when things turn about and they go away, well, we don't have their cooperation again, we can renew it.
Okay, we've got a caller on the line. I hope we haven't lost him. We've got a caller on the line. Are you still there?
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. Please go ahead, make your point. Idris.
Okay, I'm just watching the program right now, and it's quite interesting. Because what is being discussed is actually a national issue that really boils down to every individual, because either the big guys or the small guys are. But my own concern right now is that and perhaps I would say I'm quite disappointed with the way this thing is being addressed. We realize the fact that there are due process to do everything in a standard nation like this. And I think the times we're going to be purchased, there are processes of doing this. from the speakers and what they said, I realized that everybody seems to be speaking towards the fact that perhaps the government has actually done the right thing in the wrong way. But there are various other things that could have been addressed as well. Like, okay, what if this particular arms purchase was not actually what the government said it was meant for, and it was just like a cover for the whole scenario? Because obviously, if I were to go and steal something and I was caught stealing, I wouldn't admit that I was stealing for the wrong reason, legitimate reason for me to say I stole. The security expert there, Captain Umar, has actually said something that piqued my interest. He said the amount would not be used to buy heavy arms, like armor tanks, Humvees, and bombers, and the likes of it, that the military would have used to attack the likes of Boko Haram, disturbing the country. Now, the question should now be, if it's a fact that country has the NSA, the federal government has accepted that this money was actually meant for arms, and the security experts have told us that this money could not have bought any arms of high magnitude that would have fought this thing.
Okay.
Now, what could this thing have been for? It is obvious it could have been for small arms, maybe for 80. It could have been for other things.
Okay.
They told us that there was an Israeli and 2 Nigerians. Who are 2 Nigerians? What happened to them? Nobody's talking about those things. It's drawn us further.
All right, thank you, Idris. We have to let you go there because we've got to begin to wind down. So let me get your comments and your thought on what Idris from Mushin just said.
Yeah, well, what Idris had just said is almost like, recapping all this, stating what we have been saying here, in the sense that we have a bad situation in our hands, and we're all looking for how to get out of that bad situation. So you can be doing sometimes something good, but doing it in a wrong way, which is actually what I see that is responsible for all of this that is going on. Everybody's talking about money laundering and all of that. But I want to quickly say something in regards to what Captain said about the amount that is involved, the $9.3 million that we probably won't be able to buy as much as would be needed. When you go into purchases, there could be steps in payment. It may not be that if you buy something worth about $20 million, the entire money will be paid at once. It might be that the payment had to be staggered. It might be that, okay, we pay this and we take delivery.
So are you implying, sorry to interject, that there's a possibility that this is the first part of a payment?
Yeah, it's a possibility. We all speculating because none of us here is an insider in the entire
Let
scenario.
me quickly read out what's in the quotation right here. It says, the certificate, which includes everything, as the list, including unmanned aircraft, 2 helicopters, rockets, and ammunition. Let me direct this question to him. Can that money buy at least one of what's in this list?
From what you have read.
Yes, unmanned aircraft.
Okay, I will answer your question in this way. Except we are actually doing a half-hearted attempt at arming our troops.
Okay.
2 helicopters, some rockets. I'm telling you from someone who knows. Do you know how much ammunition is expended in just 30 minutes of combat? Just 30 minutes of combat. If you know how much ammunition is expended, you know how many seconds it takes to destroy a battle tank, which costs probably tens of billions, or a fighter aircraft. We've lost one. We can't find the pilot. We're still looking for it. You know how much that aircraft costs? Look, arms procurement is not small time.
It's not. Okay. Let's quickly take another call. We've got another caller on the line.
That amount is ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We just lost the person, I'm told. Okay, let me come to Dari then. When you look at the position of the American government on this issue, and you listen to, I don't know whether you listen to